Happy Friday, everybody, or should I say happy Saturday? It's the wee hours of Saturday morning as I do this video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great start to your weekend. This is episode 493. Let's start off with a trivia guy of the day. This man finished his career with 493 career home runs. Let's see if you can get him. He was on exhibits cards every year, starting in 1925 into the early 30s, but his rookie card is considered 1933 Gaudy. He played his first game in 1923, and he became a regular starter in 1925. He played first base his entire career. In my opinion, one of the 5 best hitters of all time. He finished top 5 in the MVP voting 9 times. Listen to all the things he led the league in here. 4 times in runs. 1 time he led the league in hits. 1 time in doubles. 1 time in triples. 3 times he led the league in home runs. 5 times he led the league in RBIs. 3 times in walks. 1 time in batting average, 5 times in on-base percentage, 2 times in slugging percentage, and 4 times in total bases. In 1934, he won the American League Triple Crown. From 1927 through 1937, he averaged an RBI a game. Finished his career with 1,800 runs, 2,700 hits, 1,900 RBIs, 493 home runs, like I already mentioned, 340 batting average, 447 on base percentage, and a 632 slugging percentage. And he did all that in essentially 14 seasons and 31 extra games. Beyond 14 seasons. Unfortunately, he began to suffer deteriorating health and had to retire early in 1939 season. And 2 years later, he died. Died of a disease that would bear his name going forward. His nickname was the Iron Horse, also known for playing in 2,130 consecutive games. He's an old-timer like the last few, but hopefully he's a little bit of an easier one. How many of you got Lou Gehrig? Let me know in the comments if you were able to get Lou. Hopefully he was a little bit easier. Just an awesome, awesome player. And there he is in the 1923 Platinum Anniversary that Topps put out. And that's the Prism Refractor. All right. So today's video, it's going to be a 1-card video. And it's a unique card. You may have heard of the channel Vintage Oddball Cards. This would be pre-war Oddball cards. This is a 1938 Photo Fun card of Joe Cronin. So this is one of those cards that self-develops after you hold it in the sun and then put water on it. The reason I went after this card is because I'm going for a full Joe Cronin Red Sox career run, and the last year I needed was 1938. And these Photo Fun cards were about the best option for 1938. These were put out by a company called Clopay. There is a Clopay company today that makes garage doors, but there doesn't appear to be any link between the two companies. There were 95 cards in this set. It's given the distinction of the code R329. But it's a mystery why it got the R329 designation, because it is not even listed in the American card catalog. And besides R represents either gum or candy issue. This card was distributed in two ways. One being as a promotional item for Poll Parrot shoes. And I found a couple advertisements, old advertisements of Poll Parrot shoes, and here's what they look like. And then the second way that they were distributed was as a standalone product directly to the consumer, and these cost 1 cent each. Here's what an unopened pack of them look like. There are two variations of this. The first variation, type 1, has 7 steps on the back for directions, and the type 2 variation has 6 steps. So as you can see, you tear off the edge at the perforation, which was done here obviously. You insert your finger, losing the focus here. Insert your finger and punch out the window and remove the dark paper. So when this came, this middle section here was not punched out. So you put your thumb in there and punch out the paper. Now most of these you're going to find for sale do not have the border. Most of them are just the picture on the inside. So I don't know. I don't know if this border makes it look better or not, but it is the original way it was issued. So that's kind of cool. Be sure printing paper is under the film, colored side toward film. Hold toward the sun, bending slightly as shown so that the film is smooth over printing paper. In bright sunlight, your picture will be ready in about 1 minute. On an ordinary bright day, a little longer. After printing, wash picture in cold running water. This develops and sets the picture. Film may be used over and over. Buy additional printing paper from your store. And I was able to find pictures of what those old refills for the photo paper look like, and they look like this. So Joe Cronin, his Red Sox cards go from 1935 to 1947, and somewhere in the early 40s they transitioned over to manager cards. But take a look at this card, especially those of you that are Red Sox guys. And I gotta maybe if I just take this out, it'll quit trying to focus on these other things. But if you look at that photo, I thought, man, that looks familiar. So I looked at my 1936 National Chickle Fine Print and Premium, and I was like, oh yeah, there it is. That's the picture. But if you look real carefully, that's not the same picture. From the waist down, even almost from the shoulder down, it's identical, but his face is on this one is looking a little bit more straight ahead, and on this one it's looking more to the side. But I kept looking. I got out the 1937 O-Pee-Chee, and that is the same photo, which makes sense because this is 1937, this is 1938. So that is the same photo right there. Kind of cool. So like I said, that was it for my Joe Cronin run, Hall of Famer. And one last thing I wanted to mention. There's an address here. Photo Fun was located at 1231 Dayton Street, Cincinnati, Ohio. I pulled up a picture of that on Google Maps. Every time I see an address down on the back of a card, I like to look it up and see what's there today. And the street, Dayton Street, ends at 1150, the address 1150. And the interstate, I think it was 75, is built right over where this address used to be. So I'm going to end you with a street shot photo of the end of that street and the freeway that is now located on this exact site. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed seeing a Clopay Photo Fun card from 1938. Take care now. Bye.